Recently, we've been focusing our solar activity primarily in Mexico and in Chile. We're also looking at expanding into the Middle East and Southeast Asia. When we go into new markets, we focused on countries where M&W already has an existing presence. So in Latin America, that would be Mexico and Brazil. And as we go into the Middle East, there are places where M&W is already providing EPC services, but not on the solar side. M&W, I like to think, is somewhat unique in that we are a diversified EPC company. We're not only solar. And because of the practice that we have in the business automation and life sciences, as well as the other parts of the energy sector, we're frequently already very well involved in a market. We already are a known entity in that market, and we already have local relationships. And so that positions us very well to expand and to take the solar expertise that we've developed so much in the United States and introduce it into these new and expanding markets. We're very well known both as a commercial solar EPC. We're one of the largest commercial rooftop installers in the United States, and we also do utility scale installation. But as we go into new markets, it's also important for us to be able to supplement solar into other kinds of energy systems. And so we're seeing an increasing opportunity for us to do diesel replacement and diesel reduction strategies, which may include integrating solar into battery storage, but also working with our broader energy services team to integrate solar into waste to energy, biomass, and even combined cycle solutions. So when we go into a new market, it's important to get the policy framework correct. It's also important to understand that the investment environment is appropriate so that we'll be able to attract capital to those markets. And for us as an EPC, one of the most important things is, will we be able to execute and install solar solutions effectively? And so that means taking our lean construction practices into new markets where we're frequently working with very good subcontractors, but they may have little or no experience in solar. And so there's a balance between training and teaching and showing, and also needing to keep the efficiency and the expertise of what M&W can bring to the table as a solar EPC. There are many new challenges that we look at in each and every market. I think one of the things that's critical is making sure that a market is large enough to justify us establishing an office there. So one of the things we really try and do is go into a market or work in a market where we're already present, where there's enough of an energy demand and enough of an economy, a size of the economy that it makes sense for us to be there. We're spending a lot of time looking at Africa right now. Africa is an enormous potential market, but it also presents some challenges in terms of, is any one of those individual markets large enough to support us establishing a full operation? So there are balances that we need to take into consideration. We're looking at a number of big growth markets, but it's hard to really forecast which ones are going to take off. And I think that's one of the things that becomes a challenge. We need to be ready to be active in a lot of markets, and we're never quite sure which ones are going to be active in the year ahead. We're anticipating to see a lot of activity still in Mexico. We're hoping at least by the end of this year that the energy reform will be clear enough that we'll see a fair amount of solar actually starting to be installed in 2016. Brazil is a very strong market. It's going to be an enormous market. There are some structural challenges there. We're optimistic that at least by focusing on the distributed and C&I market that we'll be able to be very involved in that market. I think M&W is a very well-known name. It is a German company, and particularly in Europe and the Middle East, people have a lot of brand recognition of the company. We are definitely expanding our knowledge base here in the United States. We've installed 300 megawatts in the US and 500 megawatts globally, and so that's a track record that speaks for itself.